myself, Greg, and Steve. That's the ones that I heard. Did I miss anybody?
Well, me.
I don't know how I missed you, but I guess I did. Good morning, Billy. Anybody else? Well, I guess that's got it. Anyway, starting off with a warm morning here. We've already got 71 degrees. And that's unusual for us to do this. In the upper 50s or lower 60s. This time of day. But good morning, everybody. Looks like it's going to be another toasty one. Hope everybody is doing well. So we'll go ahead and kick it off. John, what's happening down in Liberty? W4JPL, WA4LLR.
WA4LLR and the group, W4JPL. Well, good morning, everybody. It is already 74 degrees here, and I think it's only going up to 93 today, but what a heck of a start to a day. It says the humidity is 99%, but the humidity is always 99%, it seems like anymore. Doing okay. Maggie's still up there sawing wood, looking at the inside of her eyelids. I've been up since 6 like I always am. It's a work thing that I haven't been able to break. One way or the other, it don't matter. I go to bed early enough. Other than that, it's all good. There is one heck of a front passing through Beckley, West Virginia, and there's all kinds of static and noise in the air. KN4RCL in the group, W4JPL.
KN4RCL in the group. Last time we got 68 degrees and looks like cloudless skies. Wind blowing from north to south, about 5 miles per hour. And looks like it's going to be a good day. Looks like it might get a little bit of rain. We got a little bit of rain yesterday. Just a sprinkle or two. I don't think it even was measurable. Go ahead, Cliff. Did you get any rain down that way yesterday?
KN4RCL, WB4NKL. Let me come up a band a little bit. No, we didn't get any rain, Chad. It just it sort of clouded up there last night or yesterday evening, but just hot, and it's 69 degrees here this morning, so that's unusual. Be a little cooler than Dave over there. So got a day today that not looking forward to. I've got to go have a CT scan, so I've got to drink 2 big bottles of some kind of radioactive stuff, I guess, starting out at 8:45. So I guess I'll jump off at 8:45 and go start drinking. Go ahead, Greg, and I guess you turn it to Billy. KF4 DRN, that's WB4NKL.
WB4NKL, KF4 DRN. Good morning, everybody. A little storm down here at my location yesterday. Didn't get too bad, but it poured down rain for 3 minutes, but it quickly passed over. So we're in the mountain next. KF4DRN group.
Alrighty. Well, Dave, I'm wondering if you didn't hear me, who else doubled with me, because I was the first one that called in behind you, so there had to be somebody else doubling, I would think. I don't know. Maybe not. Or maybe me and John was doubling. But he come in right after, so. Anyway. Makes me think somebody might be lurking and then call back in. Or maybe my junk wasn't talking. I don't know. it was 71 degrees in the car coming in this morning by the little thermometer in the dash, which was a good bit warmer than usual. And it was quite foggy most all the way again this morning, so I don't know what's up now. They're showing rain Monday and Tuesday, about 40% chance, not a whole lot. And there is a lot of lightning static. Looks like this is way up in the northwest. East. Get my direction straight. And, let's see. That's Terry wandering around somewhere. Anyway. If ain't nobody else comes on, I guess it's back up to me, WA4LR to pick it up, T04SSY.
Steve's next, I think.
Okay, N4LQ. Good morning, and it's good to still be here. Sun's starting to come up, and it's 71 degrees. And let's see, I'm running the AF68 and the loop antenna and all that good stuff. So, not much planned for the day, therefore probably everything will happen. So back up to Dave, WA4LLR, N4LQ.
Alright, anybody else awake yet?
What's your name?
Well, go ahead, we'll get bed plan and make one.
WD4OUM. Well, good morning, everybody. I just got down here again a minute ago. I was up there watching them pick them little tea bags off the tea trees. Making tea. I didn't know tea bags grew on trees. Oh, well. I learned something this morning. So there you go. Anyway. Sun's out, sir said, or something like that. And Chad went from north to south. How do you know? It might be going north to east, north to west, or north to north. Anyway, we had a lot of excitement here yesterday, didn't I guess. I caught the tail end of it. There was, I don't know how many crashes up here on Interstate 81 at mile marker 66. Had traffic backed up plumb past the 8126 junction down here. But, I've got to run up there and pay my propane bill. It's 63 this morning. I hope it's cleared up, so, oh well. Ain't heard nothing else on the wreck, so I don't really know nothing. Just said there was multiple crashes. So there you go. WA4LLR, WD4OUM.
Alright, anybody else? Come on in. That's got us for the moment. WD4OUM and the group WA4LR. Well, good morning, Terry. See, the F68 sounds good as always. Everybody's doing well. Boy, that is a messy little storm up there covering up West Virginia. I was just looking at it on the radar. We had one up in that area yesterday. Of course, most of it was over Ohio. I don't know if that's the same system. If it is, boy, it's moving slow. Tea bags growing on trees. Well, Terry, that's a new one to me, but I learned something several years ago when I was down in Guatemala. I didn't realize that bananas came pre-packaged. We drove through a banana plantation, and you know those things had blue bags around every bunch of bananas. I didn't know that Chiquita had figured out a way to grow their bananas already in the bag. That blew my mind. Oh, mercy. Anyway, let's see here. What else is going on? Got mostly loaded yesterday. Got the golf cart in it and a whole bunch of stuff taken down to trade on. A lot of parts, a lot of tubes, and some other stuff. I gotta load up quite a bit more before the weekend's over. So we're making some progress towards Shelby, I do believe. Cliff, I pray that CT scan comes out well. Don't envy you having to drink the cocktails there. But don't know what the situation is, but we pray that it works out good and you have a good report. So let's head back around. W4JPL, WA4LLR.
All right. WA4LLR in the group, W4JPL. I'll tell you, boys, the stack this morning is incredible. It's 60 over. It's time's wiping everybody out. I hear Billy in there. I hear Grant in there, but unfortunately the static's more noisier than they are. Terry, I can always hear. Cliff, I guess you saw the email that came back on the 390s, so if the guy contacts me, I'll go over and take care of it. If not, we'll have to figure out another plan. I was originally going to go to that Asheville Radio Museum thing on September 9th, but my dear wife informed me I was going to a wedding. I don't know the difference between the two, so apparently that ain't gonna happen. So that's what's happening here. Moving on up. Go ahead, Chad. KN4RCL in a group, W4JPL.
I was looking here at the weather for Shelby. Let's see, Friday, 78, Friday, 12% chance of rain. Sounds like good weather. Saturday, 81, mostly sunny, 8% chance of rain. So I think we might have good weather towards Friday and Saturday, but Sunday through Wednesday looks like a 60 and 80% chance. So probably will rain Sunday through Wednesday. And I seen on the news last night where they had all that calamity out on the interstate that exit 66. I think they got it all cleaned up. That was about 2:30 yesterday. So everybody was wrecking in Kingsport. So you might be on the phone here. Terry, KN4RCL. Go ahead, Cliff, and tell us about that limestone traffic this morning. K4YBC.
KN4, R4, WB4NKL. And good morning to you, Dave. He'll come after, let's see, Terry. Terry is the last one on the list, I think. Traffic's not too bad around Limestone here this morning. A couple tractors went by. That's about all I was home. Hadn't heard the train come through yet. Let's see, QRN. It is Bobo. Well, I'm getting a lot of static crashes, and a big difference between now and a couple of days ago. It's just as quiet as could be. Days. Yeah, fine on the R390s. You know, if it happens, it will. If it don't worry about it. We'll make plan B there one of these days. And I'll tell the rest of the guys, you know, what's going on. Let's see, Terry, Larry's, I was talking to him yesterday. They changed his appointment. He's not coming down to Kingsport today, so I think he said September 11th. they moved him to. So I don't know. I don't know what Limbo Frank wants to ride up there with me to have the test, and for some reason, I don't know what time we'll get out of there, but we might try to come over that way. I'll let you know. And let's see, I guess that's about all I had down here. Oh, Dave, I was going to ask you if you're going to try to take a L-Mac with you down there to get on the air with. Give Steve some competition from Shelby. Put up an end-fed or something. Go ahead, Greg. KF4DRN. It's WB4NKL.
WB4NKL. F4DRN. Yeah, there's QSB on my end down here this morning. And signals are up and down. Those are pretty good. Like I said earlier, Cliff, pretty good conditions a couple of days ago, but things changed around quite a bit. Well, I probably not getting around when I listen around, but I'm not getting around. We'll both have a good day and 7-3 all around. KF4DRN.
I guess that's where I go. I can't hardly remember. I ain't got nothing wrote down this morning. Sorry, Steve. I thought I was at the end of the list. Maybe he came in there after me. I don't know. I ain't keeping up with it today, so y'all just have to keep me straight. But I'll try not to get it wrong again. And, yeah, I need to try to get this stuff loaded up around here. I got a boatload of stuff I want to take. You got to figure out what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to drag that trailer and drop it out in the flea yard, or just throw it all in the bedroom thing here and drag it out a piece at a time, drop it on somebody's table or something. But anyway, we'll figure it out, I reckon. Between now and then. On over you, Stephen, 4LQ. I heard y'all yesterday evening, Cliff, a little bit before I went home from work, but, you know, revival and stuff, I didn't have time to do that. Anyway, pick it up, Stephen, 4LQ West as well.
All right, Billy. KO4SSY in the group, N4LQ. Yeah, I got up this morning, felt like a truck ran over me. Ooh, boy. One of those days. Must be the pressure or something. I don't know. But anyway, we'll be okay. Cliff, drinking all that stuff for a CAT scan, that means you're drinking that radioactive stuff, I guess. You'll probably glow at night, but they can see things they don't normally see when they use that stuff. I've never had that done. I've had several CAT scans, and they do that for MRIs too, I think. I'm trying to think what they call that stuff you drink. I don't know, it starts with a C, like catalyst or something. Anyway, good morning to you, Greg, 73s, and everybody's coming in here. I'm copying everybody. The strongest is Cliff, of course, but even Chad and John's real strong here, and good easy copy. So I hope you can copy me. And let's see, goes to Terry, WD4OUM, N4LQ. Good morning.
WD4OUM. Yeah, I can kind of copy you, Steve. You just bouncing between 20 and 30 over. Oh, well. Yeah, Uncle Dave, I don't see why they don't just grow all that stuff, you know, prepackaged. That'd save a lot of labor. Anyway, Cliff, you can't count on Larry for nothing. And I'm just sitting here thinking, if you're going to be radioactive, I don't know where I want you around me or not. That stuff might be catching. bring my little Geiger counter and set it up there and see if it clicks. Anyway, yeah, you can come on down. I'm gonna run up there, exit 63, and pay my tank rental this morning. I could stick it in the mail, but I really don't like to fool with the mail. So, oh well. I actually got out there and mowed the yard there yesterday, and the sun kind of went behind a cloud. And I'm telling you what's true. I believe this is the thickest and the quickest, fastest my grass has ever grown. It's amazing. Back when I was young, and full of whatever, I'd actually got out there and done some raking. That's how fast it's growing. It's at the point you could almost mow it 2 times a week. It ain't gonna happen. There you go. Anyway, what's happening over to your house, cuz? Anything enlightening? K4 or YBC, WD4OUM.
WD4OUM, K4YBC. Okay, good morning, everybody. Yeah, it's staticky this morning. The signals are strong, but, man, I'm getting a lot of static crashing. It'd be nice if we did get some rain today. It's getting awfully dry over here. It's 69 degrees here. I think it got up to about 98 or 99 yesterday. It was hot. I got out and mowed part of the grass. It just got so hot, I said, I'm going to park the tractor under the shed and finish up another day. So, I've still got a little bit to do, not much, but just a little bit. Fellows came back yesterday and put my gutter guard up. Fellows, I say one guy came back and put it up. Man, he had it up in about an hour and was gone. So, got the new gutters and the gutter guard clipped, so hopefully we'll be in business for a few years. Anyway, like I said, everybody's got a good strong signal. Just the static is getting pretty good over here. Terry, I got caught in a wreck over there on 81. I didn't think I was ever going to get out. I finally inched up to an exit. My nephew's wife, I was talking to her on the phone, and she told me where I could get off and come out through the country and end up where I was wanting to go to begin with, so I was able to get off there. But, boy, when they have a wreck on Interstate 81, it's a mess usually. Okay, not much else, and I'm not sure who I turn it to, so I'll write it down. Whoever gets it, go ahead. This is K4YBC.
K4JAL.
Okay, Dave. WH4LLR. Recognizing Jimmy, do we have anybody else? Jimmy, go ahead and give it back to me. K4JAL, WH4LLR.
WH4LLR, K4JAL on the lazy rig today. I was trying to overcome several difficulties yesterday on Friends with the 32V2. I had a big squealing microphone, and I think I finally figured out what was wrong there. I moved around in the audio speaker must have been picking up a bunch of stuff. Anyway, it quit. But I wasn't brave enough to go there and try it today. Give y'all some relief. Back to you, Dave. WA4LLR, K4JAL.
Okay, Jim. Well, no problems today. You're sounding fine. Let's see here, Dave. Good deal on the gutter guard. Glad you got that done. If you're asking about radio at Shelby, I don't know yet. I know I'm gonna take a 706 down there, and my usual inverted V that's trapped for 80 and 40. But it doesn't do very much good on 80 meters, so I don't know what we're gonna do there. But the infed's an interesting idea. Let's see here. As far as cocktails, they are not radioactive. They're barium sulfate. And all it's designed to do is coat the esophagus and stomach intestines with something that does not get absorbed by the body. And it's opaque X-rays so they can see everything. I've had the nuclear end of it, and they inject that into your blood and send it home with you. So I tell you what, I had it, and it ran Geiger counters off the scale for 3 days there. W4JPL, W84LLR.
All right, excuse me, W84LLR in the group, W4JPL. Well, Cliff, I'll send a little prayer that the CT scan is quick and easy, and we're preparing a statement that they ain't gonna find nothing wrong. That's the more important bit. That's a done deal. Running the downstairs, running the Valiant and the R390A. I tell you what, this R390A has got sweet audio. I got the 600 ohm transformer on it, and I got a big, I don't know what it is, a 10-inch national speaker on it. And it sounds some more kind of good. So it's a real pleasure to operate this stuff down here. The NC270 is okay too. This with the bigger speakers, it's got more rounded audio. And, of course, I got the SX101A upstairs. I got that basically tuned to that and the Valiant upstairs. 3715, so I just rather switch radios and retune. With the SX101A is okay audio. It's only got one side here. It's okay, but not as nice as the audio comes out of this big old military. Let's see. KN4RCL to group W4JPL.
KN4 and RCL on the group. Everybody's trying to put me in politics, avoiding Brandon's question. I was wanting to move the capital city of Dutchess County from Burnsville to Cane Branch. Jimmy probably can agree with me. There's too much hot air up at Burnsville. And Dave's always wanting hot air in Cane Branch. Maybe I'll warm it up a little bit. And there you are to see. Rain is coming for next week. I was going to mow mine, but all this rain is coming. I'm going to wait till after this rain hits. We're going to have to mow next week. Also, after all this rain. And Jimmy, you can take a few pointers from Terry. His secret lair is in Burbank, and that's a good place. Better place to hide than Burnsville. Burnsville's so small, somebody might stumble onto you. So, Terry, the only thing about his lair, see, he's got a good fish camp beside it. Cliff likes to go to. Sometimes we all need to meet up there sometime and eat.
sometime or another. And I was just looking here on the Facebook, and I seen where Mountain Heritage, which is the Burnsville Yancey County team, beat Murphy last night in football. So congrats to them. KM4RCL, go ahead, Cliff.
KM4RCL, KM4NKL. Hey, Ted. Let's see, where did I start? Yeah, that stuff's called contrast, Steve, that I got to drink. So I didn't know what it was, so it's good to know that it's not radioactive. Probably don't taste any better being barium or whatever. But this is all based on, I had some blood tests back in March, and my liver enzymes and stuff was high, and so they gastro doctors scheduled me up for all these tests, which they'd been high before, but I've lost about 25 pounds, and I had blood work redone a couple of weeks ago, and everything was down in the normal range, so they still want to do all the tests, so I guess they found out the insurance pays pretty good, so they're all gung-ho. That's sending me around to all the buddies. Well, let's see, out there, I think the post office has said not to mail in wires. Got so many people opening up envelopes and getting your money out and changing the name on the check. And so I think that's probably the right procedure to drop it. Oh, well, they say to take it directly to the post office, don't put it out in your mailbox. So that's getting pretty bad when you can't mail money around. And Steve, we was talking about the DX100s. I'm back on it again today, and you was talking about the CW cathode keying. Well, the 100B has got the grid block keying in it, so I guess if you're going all around the CW and AM rig, the 100B is the way to go. Go ahead. Let's see. Greg got out. It went to Billy, KO4. SSY, WB4NKL.
They mighty fine, Cliff. Dave, I hadn't heard, I don't guess what you're on this morning, but to me, I'm picking up a pretty good hum in the background, or in there when you key up. I don't know if it's always been there if you're on a particular radio or what, but yeah, it ain't hurting nothing. I just hear it. Didn't know if you knew it. And they dodging questions on you, Chad. That's what they do. They just take what they want and leave the rest, you know. And that's sometimes, you know, I hear y'all making comments to me, but every once in a while the static and stuff, which I hear you find today, but sometimes it just gets lost in the mess with me. I can't pull it out to give a legible answer. Usually I ask to repeat, but oh well. You know, if it's a sore subject, they just, you know the old deal. They're just gonna step around it and move right along and hope you forget about it by the next time around. N4LQ, KO4SSY.
KO4SSY. It's N4LQ. Well, yeah, insurance is that way. The better policy you've got, the more tests they want to run. My dad worked for a steel mill. He had top-notch insurance, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and when he retired about age, I don't know, 60, something like that, and he kept that insurance, of course. It was free. The mill paid for it. But in his later years, insurance companies were just lined up at the doctors were lined up trying to schedule him for tests. And let me get on frequency here. I'm off a few cycles. Yeah, there we go. That line, I see a couple of carriers, one above us and one below us, 3880 and 3890. But everybody's coming across pretty good. But anyway, they were always after him to go to rehab, and then they started wanting to do rehab at home, and you know, he'd complain about his balance being bad, and you know, give you to rehab, and they sent somebody out to the house, and they had a guy that would sit there and throw the ball across the room, and he'd catch it and then throw it back, you know, all kinds of crazy things, trying to collect the insurance money. He finally told him to get lost. It was just wearing him out. And okay, on the DX100B, that's good to know. That must be the one to get then. I'll have to keep an eye out for one of those. It looks like you got to slide it out of the cabinet. It doesn't have a lid on top, but at least it's short enough to fit under my shelf. And yeah, okay, on the contrast. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if that was radioactive or not. But I remember when I had a CAT scan done, it said without contrast. So I guess their settings are different. And Dave, you do definitely have a good bodacious hum there. I'm streaming this thing live. If you want to listen to yourself, if you can understand it, it's kind of sort of like you're talking through your shirt, and big hum on it and all that. But I can understand you because I've got trained ears. And okay, on the 390A, John, yeah, those are fine receivers, no doubt about it. I've been watching videos here lately about Maui, Hawaii, and the fires and all that, and this thing about the laser that some people are saying is pretty interesting. Apparently came out of the sky. They got a video of the laser coming out of the sky, and it does seem like the fires were kind of selective and excessively hot. This one video said that some of the fires were hotter than a crematory, and people were cremated on the spot, and that just doesn't normally happen. They showed metal from cars that had melted, but it didn't melt the blacktop. It's kind of weird. And also, that laser doesn't work on blue things. And they showed houses that survived that were blue and cars that were blue still intact. And they showed how that works with different colors. So I'm looking at a 4K footage from overhead, and I can see some blue houses standing out in the middle of everything without being touched. I thought that was kind of interesting. So let's see, goes to Terry. I guess I gave you plenty of ammunition. WD4OUM, N4LQ.
WD4OUM. Well, I'm totally confused. Are you saying aliens invaded Hawaii? Is that what I got out of that? I think so. Anyway, I'm glad I ain't out there. I'm in Burbank. I can look across the pond and see it, I guess. Oh, well. And Uncle Dave, I have to agree with Billy Bob about it. It just hurts me. But, yeah, him Steve's right. You sound absolutely lousy. So, there you go. And Chad, I made the bad mistake a few years ago of taking old Jimmy and Don out to lunch. And they just kept going back and filling their plates up and everything. Next thing I know, they went out to the car and come in wearing these big overcoats. And I said, man, it ain't cold in here. And I turned around and looked, and they was up there at the bar filling their pockets up and stuff with food. And finally, I got down and tried to crawl out of the restaurant, and they caught me. But they embarrassed the whiz out of me. It was awful. So anyway, you don't want to go out to eat with them fellers. And let me see. Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, Cliff. Talking about drinking that stuff and everything. Back in the 70s, my right knee went out, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. They had me in the hospital and was going to do surgery the next morning. So, anyway, they come in there and said, we're going to put dye in you. I said, well, whatever. That burnt like a ball of fire. I believe they pumped 4 or 5 gallon in there. I thought my knee was going to explode, and man, it burnt. I don't know exactly what it would, but I don't never want to have happen to do that again. Anyway, K4YBC WD4OUM.
WD4OUM, K4YBC. Okay, real fine. And Jimmy, you may be on a Rasa box, but that thing sounds real good. Good audio. And Steve, man, you're blowing my speaker off the shelf. Of course, you always do. Of course, we're pretty close to each other, too. You're down in Shelby. I'm over here in Lenore, so we're pretty close. And let me send this on around. Jamie's had a little problem in here in the kitchen, so Jamie, go ahead. K4JAL, K4YBC. K4YBC, K4JAL. Well, Chand, now the hideout is a real place, and I couldn't find it. Now, the Burbank that Mr. Terry lives in is in Terry's mind, because I've lived in the real Burbank, and you wouldn't want to send anybody there. Anyway, it is probably me and Don to embarrass Terry, and I think everybody's agree with that. So there you go. Dave, you mentioned that somebody had been talking about putting guards on or something to that effect. I've been considering that because I don't climb well anymore, but somebody told me that they just fill up with gravel off the shingles and you can't get that out. Try that. WA4LLR, K4JAL.
Okay. Let's see here. K4JAL in the group. WA4LLR. All right. Well, somebody tell me, is this any better, Break?
Yeah, it's better. A little bit of hum, and audio's kind of low, but I can hear you okay.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds great to me, Dave.
All righty. Yeah, I changed rigs. Let's see here. Anyway. Yeah, I was running the Ranger going through the dummy load to the SP220. And I knew it had some hum, but I didn't realize it got that bad. So I'm on the Yaesu 101EE going into the amplifier minus the dummy load. So I don't know, I need to run a test sometime and find out if the Ranger Barefoot has got the hum, or if the hum's coming somehow from going through the dummy load into the amp. I don't know, we'll see. We shall see. Never tried gutter guards, so have to let somebody else talk to that one, Jimmy. I saw an interesting news article this morning. The Biden administration is suing Elon and SpaceX because they've only hired American citizens and legal aliens. And they're being sued because they haven't hired illegal aliens. which I find to be really interesting. But oh well. Anyhow, we got an interesting country we're living in nowadays, for sure. Yeah, I've had the barium sulfate cocktail before. It's been several years back. But boy, I'll tell you, those when they do shoot you up with the radioactive stuff, it's really interesting. I had that for a nuclear stress test several years ago before I had shoulder surgery. I knew what was wrong, but like you said, Steve, if you've got good insurance, they want to run every test they can. Because I had, had pain in my left arm from a detached tendon. Oh, we got to check for heart issues. So I had a regular stress test, and then they said, oh, we better do a nuclear stress test too. So they take you in and give you an IV and shoot it full of some kind of radioactive isotope. And man, I've got 2 Geiger counters here. And I said, I'm just going to see when I get home. And I turned one on the high scale, and it went off the end of the chart before I even got the probe close to me. Irvina wouldn't get around me for 3 days, and that's how long I was glowing. So it's interesting. Here we go, John, W4JPL, W84LR.
Okie doke, W84LR. And the group, W4JPL. Wow, because they wouldn't hire illegal aliens. Can't wait for the next election, huh? As far as doctors are concerned, I don't trust them. We have a good general doctor. But I mean, when my gallbladder was bad, they refused to, they said, oh, it was your kidney. I said, it's not my kidney. I know what my kidney is. And they said, well, we're going to get you an ultrasound of your kidney. When I went to the hospital to get the ultrasound of the kidney, I said to the lady, listen, please, ma'am, will you please look at my gallbladder? She says, no, they said, look at the kidney. There's something wrong with the kidney. I said, would you please indulge me, man, and just take a look at the gallbladder? And she says, oh, well, okay. And then she went and looked, and then she spent 45 minutes looking at it and going, So I said, well, that don't sound good. Well, I can't really discuss it right now. So 2 weeks later, they pulled the gallbladder out. I was in so much pain with that thing. When it really hit me, I was up in northern New Jersey. So I had to drive 9 hours in that pain. On a Sunday, I think, because the doctor called me back early Sunday. You need to get home. Next morning, they popped it out, and Maggie was there, and she said, what'd you find? She said, it's nasty. It's full of sludge. So, and that was the end of that problem. One other thing I'd like to mention, we talked about crystals the other day. And, I haven't inquired if they got 3715 crystals, but AF4K, there's a guy that took that over, and he's got crystals for $22. But if you got your own FT243s laying around, you want to do it yourself, you can buy the crystal that he puts inside the FT243s for $10. So I think in the next week or two, I'm going to order a couple more, and maybe I'll get something a little closer in frequency for that job to work. Now I'm going to jump out of here. It's going on 8:30, and we going walking and talking. So I hope everybody has a safe, wonderful, blessed day. Cliff will be keeping you in our prayers. It's, like I said, it's an easy thingy, and they don't find out anything wrong, which they're not going to find anything wrong. And it's all good. KN4 W4JPL 73.
John 73. Well, I thought you would have a nicer play about you. Nickel fuel. You should drive out to Ford Lumber goods in the house there. And I figured you might have got a little hint of that. I have a thing to go to you. And I've noticed the other day, looking at Powell's and the car, they like the still going on the building there. But they have the door up and then the lights on. I don't know what they're doing. But somebody is there. And Jimmy, you talking about the Burbank in California or the Burbank in Tennessee? I know where both are. I've been to both. Burbank, Tennessee, and Burbank, California. Tennessee is just around is where Burbank, Tennessee is in Carter County. Burbank, California. Man, that place is a mess. That's where Disney headquarters is located and all them movie studio sets and everything like that. So, I've made the mistake. I was wondering why nobody wanted to start of them. I got hit by part of his fishing chips. I mean, when he started eating that stuff going flying every which way. I mean, like pieces of cod and pieces of taters and every which way. Sounds like I started, hit me and I said, I wonder how that happened. KM4RCL. Hey, I done been there. Just wonder how you financially covered off from that, Don and Jimmy both. Go ahead, Cliff. KM4RCL.
KN4RCL, WB4NKL. Yeah, we drink all that river water downstream from the nuclear plant up there, Ted. So we probably got a little glow to us down this way. I try not to drink it, but that's what we got. Let's see. Steve, I'm going to back up on the grid block keying on the 100B. I was looking at the schematic a little closer. They've got a grid bias, but they're still keying the cathode, the VFO tube, and the buffer tube. But they've got grid bias on the next stage and the final to cut it off. So that's not actually grid block keying. But it does have the lid that he's talking about. There's a little lid that it don't cover the whole top of the case, but there's enough room to get down and change tubes through the small lid that's on top of it. And I hadn't kept up with this deal on the laser. That's the first I'd heard of that. I was wondering who's operating that laser. That's something new to me. Of course, I don't keep up with a lot of what's going on, I guess. But I hadn't heard about the laser. And let's see, I guess that's about all. The gutter guard, good deal on getting that on, cuz I had to get up on the roof yesterday and wait, the sun went behind some clouds. I got up and with a leaf blower and blowed the pine needles off the top of the house again. And those things want to get hung up in the gutter guard that I've got. But I guess I need to go around with the ladder sometime. And I got most of them with the leaf blower, but there's still a few that got hung up in the gutter guard. But it's a lot better than it used to be when I was having to dip all that stuff out of the gutter. Keep stuff from getting in the gutter. Go ahead, Billy. KO4SSY, WB4NKL.
WB4NKL in the group, KO4SSY returning. I'll tell you, talking about all that junk they put in you and everybody. It kind of reminded me of that day I bounced that nail gun off that wall and shot that 2-inch nail gun. And they left me sitting for I don't know how long, kept trying to decide what they was going to do and wouldn't give me nothing. They went ahead and had the IV hooked up and wouldn't give me nothing for pain, saying, well, we don't know if we're going to have to do surgery, and if we do, we're going to have to get a release signed. And, well, looking back now, I'd said, well, let me sign whatever darn release you want and go ahead and give me some painkiller. But they didn't. I don't remember how long I sat there, 45 minutes to an hour after a 45-minute ride to get there. And, I mean, some of the worst pain I guess I've ever dealt with. They'll, like, pulling my hair out. And they gave me morphine when they got ready to give me something, and that's something I don't ever want to get again. My head went to roaring cotton mouth instantly, and it was like, dude, you can cut off both legs, but I don't care. I could still feel all the pain, still knew I was hurting, but I just didn't care. And you, boy, Steve, you about got me worked up now. I'm telling you what's the truth. I don't watch anything since the stolen election, really, because it just makes me so darn mad. I can't understand why this country don't do what it was designed to do in the first place. And the citizens take our darn country back and kick these darn politicians off somewhere on the darn island and then send that. I guess they got that Star Wars bull crap that they started years ago. Maybe, I don't know, but my wife was mentioning something a little bit about that yesterday. And I guess most likely probably it's the elites wants that island, wants that place, and they want to run all them locals out. Locals probably ain't got the money to afford to rebuild or do nothing else. They can burn them all out, and then they can come in there and take over. Yeah, let me get off this hobby horse. N4LQ, KO4SSY.
Yeah, calm down now. N4LQ. Well, all you got to do is bring up Google and type in Maui Laser, L-A-S-E-R, M-A-U-I-L-A-S-E-R, 2 words, and you will be inundated with plenty of things to read and watch. But now this one started, as soon as that fire started, testimonies started coming out from people about what they had seen. And immediately, the mainstream media, the AP, did a fact check on it, and they said, oh no, it's not true. There was no lasers. Like they knew there wasn't any lasers. Somehow they knew that. However, there's all these pictures and videos and theories about it. And of course they call everything a conspiracy theory, like you're conspiring with somebody. But just read through there and just skip all the naysayers. I mean, you can't believe too much of what the mainstream says. Anyway, it'll get you upset when you read it and find out what's really going on. But yeah, the elites and the situation with the property value, those people had been there for generations, and a lot of those houses had been inherited and so forth, and they're really not all that nice of housing. They're fair, decent houses, but they're not all that great. But because of their location, the house could have been worth like $1 million. And those people, when they burned down, those people didn't make a lot of money. They weren't rich, and that was really the only asset they had. So when their house burned down, they were left with no money. And the insurance companies don't want to pay them what it's worth, and so they're getting all these phone calls from land grabbers or scammers or whoever trying to buy their property for, real low-ball offers like, yeah, we'll give you $100,000 for your property. Well, some of those people, that's all the money they have access to, and there's local organizations there in Hawaii that are begging the people, don't take it, don't take it.
Well, these people are out of their houses. They don't have any car. It's burned up. They don't have any place to go, and the government's offering them $700. And anyway, during the fire, the police blocked off the only exit out of town, and the only people that survived were those that ran through the blockade. So you figure that one out. I won't say anything else, but and fine on Biden and Sue and Musk. Well, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Anyhow, Terry, take it away. Have fun. WD4OUM, N4LQ.
WD4OUM. I'm just going to say two of the most famous words in politics. No comment. There you go. You fellas ain't going to ruin my day, so there. I ain't going to get started. But I will say this, you know, that's probably going to happen over across the hill over around Billy Bob's. You know, they're going to shoot the laser to him. Anyway, I will say this, if a stupid American people would stop and just realize what was going on, the revolution, the Civil War wouldn't be a drop in the bucket. So, there. Anyway. Gutter guards. I think I heard Cuz say that, you know, he had to clean his gutter guards out. So I really can't see, you know, spending all that money getting them gutter guards put on, then you have to clean them up. But their commercials say, you put the gutter guards on, we guarantee your gutters will never get plugged again. Well, the stupid gutter guards get plugged up so nothing can get in there. Ain't that right, Cuz? K4YBC, WD4OUM.
WD4OUM. K4YBC. Yeah, you're about right about that, Terry. Oh, my Lord. My sister-in-law, some years ago, she got that outfit out of Charlotte. Had them stupid-looking gutters, you know, that they curved down and just left a tiny little slot for the water to run through. I mean, they talked about that being so good that she hadn't had nothing but problems out of theirs, and she tried to get them to come and clean them out. They got jammed up, and they went out of business and everything else, so. Oh, well. And, Steve, I wouldn't be a bit surprised that there is they did set those fires. Our government is so sorry and so crooked, and I'm like you, Terry. If the American people would get their heads out of their butts and see what's going on, we'd maybe get rid of some of these. I won't even use any four-letter words for these sorry politicians. But that's the reason they hate Trump so bad, is because he wanted to take our country back, and they don't want that. No. Oh, well. Gentlemen, I'm going to get out of here. Let's see, I believe today's Friday. Y'all have a great weekend. And we'll look for you Monday. And, of course, next week's the Ham Fest, so looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing everybody down at Shelby. So, 7-3, we'll see y'all on Monday. Let's see. K4JAL, if you're still there, go ahead, Jimmy. Over.
K4YBC in the group, K4JAL. Well, you guys are right, I guess, but one thing you ought to bear in mind that we are Americans too, so we fall into that same kettle of brew you're talking about. Dave, you mentioned we live in interesting times. I remember the Chinese philosopher Confucius talked about that, and he always referred, it was split into many different countries at the time, and the most chaotic of those countries, he said it was interesting to live in those cultures. And I believe that your analogy is correct, Dave. As far as living in Burbank, I lived out there for 10 days at a time and flew home for 5, and I did that for over 140 times, back and forth, to Burbank out there, the home of Johnny Carson. I didn't enjoy it much neither, for the record. Over in Dave, WA4LLR, K4JAL.
Okay, Jim. K4JAL and the group, WA4LLR. Well, I'm to the point that I believe nothing that the government says, pretty much. The old man said, I don't believe anything I hear and half of what I see. So, what the government tells you is what they want you to believe. The media's in their pocket, and they do the same thing. So, anyhow, that's as far as concerned. That's all I'll say about that. Boys, I'm going to bail out. I didn't get breakfast yet. Searching some. I've enjoyed it this morning. I believe this is Friday, so everybody have a good weekend. 7-3, God bless, and, well, I don't know when I'll catch up with you again, because we're supposed to be moving stuff around Sunday and probably Monday. We'll catch up with you. So everybody have a great one. 7-3, God bless, and we'll be looking for you. John Jones and Chad, here it comes. KM4RCL, WA4LR.
KM4RCL, I looked up about Waze's, and it makes the government had Waze's on the Star Wars, if you remember. The death ray that Tesla figured out, and I'm sure the government has a death ray somewhere or another, and it's just trying it out on them people in Hawaii, and that's what burnt everything in California a few years ago, because there's nothing blue. But I can listen to this thing and bookstores and everything. Everything was far around them. So that makes me suspicious somehow. Burbank, is that where you did your spooking at, Jimmy? Back in the day? KM4RCL, I'll say 73's on this one too. Go ahead, Cliff.
Yeah, KN4RCL, WB4NKL. Okay, Chad. 73's to everybody getting out. I guess I'll get out too. I've got the bottle here to start drinking. I tasted it. It's not too bad. They call it a berry smoothie. So, I've got to drink half now and wait 30 minutes, drink another half bottle, and then another 30 minutes, and just keep on over 30 minutes drinking stuff. So, At least I won't glow in the dark. It's just barium, whatever that is. Thought that was radioactive too. 73, and we'll look for everybody to either later today or in the morning, or no, it's tomorrow's Saturday, so sometime over the weekend. Maybe down to Shelby if we don't talk to you. Go ahead, Billy, KO4SSY, WB4NKL, 73.
Alrighty, Cliff, 73. 73 is everybody else. WB4NKL, KO4SSY. I guess I'll sign out and get up front, too. I may go ahead and listen to Steve and Terry raise a little more cane, but yeah, I'm kind of got my blood boiling today, so I'll just have to sit around and worry about it. Burn this country. Once they just grow up and be men again. Guess that'll never happen. Too much of that limp-wristed bull crap running around. This country ain't got enough gall to stand up for itself anymore. So, anyways, N4LQ KO4SSY 73.
Okay. Yeah, you got it right. And Cliff, once you get your contrast adjusted right, you can work on the brightness and then the horizontal and the vertical, and then you'll be all focused in. Anyway, hope all that comes out positive. I mean, not positive or negative, but yeah, negative. I guess you want it to be negative. So I guess that's what they see when they look at it as a negative. But I hope it turns out to your favor. And as far as gutter guards go, I've got them here. But mine are the screen type, and sometimes I think the pine needles go through them, but they work, but they overflow easy. The water gets on a rampage and just kind of jumps over them sometimes. Makes a big waterfall in a hard rain. So I don't know. I've got so much stuff from these trees here that if I didn't have them, I don't know. Sometimes I think the best thing to do on a house is just not even have gutters, and just have a ditch going around your house, or a moat, or a trough, or something to carry the water off, and let her rip. That way you have a lot less trouble. So there you go. I'm not sure. I think Terry's still here. But 73 is to everybody. WD4OUM, N4LQ.
Yep, I'm here. Well, you hit on something there, Steve. I used to go down Savannah quite a bit. I noticed a lot, oodlings and oodlings of houses down there ain't got no gutters. So, and you know, back in the old days, I never did see no old houses with gutters on them. So, must have been a politician that come up with them things. Anyhow, so there you go. Anyway, all you fellas have a good weekend. We catch you when we catch you, I reckon. And Jimmy Bob, don't be throwing off on Burbank. I mean, you know. There's a fella come on here from Alabama one time and just chewed me out for saying I was in Burbank. I ain't never figured, you know, how he didn't know I wasn't located in Burbank. Of course, I might be in Burbank. I don't know. But I feel like I am, so that's, you know, that's what I say. Anyway, you guys have a great weekend. 73 K4JAL WD4OUM.
WD4OUM K4JAL. Well, you're right, Terry. You're wherever you think you are, and I've always known that using Burbank, only it's your Burbank. As far as having no gutters and having a trench around the house, that is called a French system. and it works very well, except it's expensive to do. But in the long haul, it'll be worth doing. Of course, after you got your house built, I wouldn't recommend it. I'm the last one, so I'm going to put the ribbon on it and say K4JAL 773 and clear for the group.